Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome to the first episode in my new Let's Play for The Sims 4 Seasons. In this series, we'll be following the story of Sage Summers, a sim with a dream of taming the earth around her and building it into a thriving, functional garden. The only catch is, she is literally starting from scratch. She has 0 simoleons to her name, and she's just moved into this big empty lot right at the edge of Windenburg. So we'll be playing this kind of in a rags to riches style. I'm leery to call it an official challenge, because I don't think we'll be following every single rule to a T, but I thought this would be a really fun way to experience the new expansion. What better way to immerse yourself into the weather than by exposing yourself to the elements? At least until we have enough money to actually build a roof over our heads. So as far as Sage's backstory goes, I guess it's a little bit of a silly one. I'm saying that she was kind of taken in by a little community of plant sims when she was very, very young. And it's been her dream to continue their life's work, build her own little garden, and just live off the land. She's never really felt truly connected anywhere. She's always felt a little bit out of place, and that's why she prefers to just lose herself in nature. Bringing life to the earth around her fills her with purpose, and it makes her very, very happy. Trait-wise, if we just scoot on into this tab over here, she of course loves the outdoors, she is a bit of a loner, and she's also very, very clumsy. I figured this was as close as we could get to something like absent-minded, and I can see her being super forgetful. Like the type of girl who could just disappear for days on end because she loses track of time and gets totally caught up with her work in the garden. That might also explain why she's starting this endeavor flat broke too. But oh my gosh, you guys, I am just so excited to finally get started playing Seasons. I haven't played this myself yet. I've only watched a few videos and live streams, so I can't wait to experience the weather ourselves. And this calendar too. This thing is probably one of my absolute favorite things that The Sims has ever given us. So we're starting this Let's Play in the spring. I thought this would be a nice good clean slate for us, so we can really get to work on the garden before the colder seasons start rolling in. But now we have holidays to celebrate. We have a love day right at the end of spring. We have the Harvest Fest in the fall, Winterfest, and then last but not least, New Year's Eve in the winter. We can make our own holidays too, which is something that I am so excited to brainstorm with you guys, because I think it opens up quite a bit of potential for new stories. But it also looks like she has her birthday on the calendar. Oh, that's super cute. Okay, so her birthday is literally right after Winterfest. She gets to celebrate her birthday after opening all of her presents on Winterfest. That's going to be pretty fun. And of course, because we're right at the beginning of spring, it's kind of just transitioning into this new season. So it's still snowing outside, and everything looks absolutely gorgeous. It is a little bit chilly though, so before we get started, we might want to change her into something a little bit warmer, because I have a feeling she's going to freeze out here if she's not careful. So in case you've never heard of the Rags to Riches challenge before, since we are starting from 0, we're going to have to forage around the world for things to sell before we can buy our essentials. So this is the perfect occasion for us to explore Windenburg, maybe see if there's anything special for us to find. Looks like we have some little frogs that we can collect right by the stream. It's warm enough that the stream isn't frozen over, so hopefully that means that some of the plants out here will actually be able to collect from too. Looks like there's some little mushrooms, but they're not quite ready for us to collect. And where are you, Sage? Let's have her hurry up and get over here so she can try to find one of these frogs. Oh, if we can find another one, maybe we could breed the frogs? Yeah, let's see if there's any more frogs over by the streams. Maybe one over here somewhere? Or maybe we could go fishing instead? That might help us out too. I did notice that we have some of these plants around that we can use to nap in, or fertilize of course, so at least we don't have to worry about a bathroom right away. It's not going to be the most comfortable thing, Oh, bluebells? Oh, those aren't ready to harvest either. They almost look like they're dormant right now. I'm not sure if they're actually growing. Maybe it's a little bit too cold. They did completely overhaul the entire gardening system too. So it might be a little bit tricky for us to start, since I'm not sure what is actually going to be in season. But while we're searching around Windenburg, we'll have her just settle down by the lake and see if she can catch anything. Hopefully these fish aren't going to be too tricky for her. Ooh, we could come over here too and go fishing like right in the backyard of somebody's house. Or in the front yard, rather. Wonder who lives over here. Can we snoop around anywhere else? Are they hiding little treasures back here? We are just going to be like the resident hermit, just snooping around everybody's backyard. Don't mind us. It looks like we have some blackberries out here too. Oh, there's a whole bunch of plants out this way. But of course, none of them are ready for us to harvest either. One of the other rules to the Rags to Riches challenge that I think I'm going to play with as well is that we're not supposed to use the grills and whatnot until we actually have a way to cook ourselves on our own lot. So we have to buy a grill that she can use before we come by to use this. And I think that'll add an extra little layer of difficulty. Maybe a sense of urgency to really start this garden fast. The hope is that eventually she's going to be able to sustain herself just based on what she grows in her garden, so truly living off the land. But it looks like she managed to catch a little pufferfish here, and it's actually quite a rare little fish too. Alright, and as far as her frog goes, that one's worth 30 simoleons. So this might be enough to at least set us in the right direction. Hopefully we can buy some seeds. Oh, and I just noticed that she has a special little buff down here. From the snow. The first snow of the year. How exciting. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. You can't deny that Windenburg is beautiful in the springtime. And this is honestly like some of my favorite weather. I like that they've added these transitional stages. So it's not like you wake up someday and all the snow is just completely gone and the trees are green. I know where I live, we typically end up with snow like even in the middle of April. So this feels very cozy. She caught a little tetra too. Excellent. At least she's having some good luck fishing. But yeah, it would be really nice if we could find another one of those frogs. I could definitely see Sage being the type to collect frogs throughout her adventures. Maybe she can have them hopping around her garden, spooking all the Sims who come by to visit. Honestly, I can just see her befriending all of the wildlife that stumbles into the garden. If we had strays wandering around this world, that would be even more fitting. But I'm sure we'll find a way to work around it. You guys know me, we're not going to be without a pet for very long. So let's go ahead and sell off that extra frog that we collected too, since we can't seem to find any more. And then we should have enough to at least get started on the garden itself. I'm pretty sure that we can just purchase the seeds straight from the build menu now. We have the catnip herb packets, starter flowers, starter fruits, starter herbs, and starter vegetables. So I'm thinking we probably want to go with the practical vegetables first. That way we'll have something to munch on once she does start to get a little bit hungry. And am I seeing fruit trees back here? Oh, did I miss these before? Oh my gosh, there are tons of plants back there. Oh, we'll have to have her investigate that as soon as we're done here. Now, it's a bit too expensive to go for any of the planter boxes, so I guess we'll just have her plant these things right on the ground. We'll go ahead and pick up one of these starter vegetables. And then if she pops that into her inventory, we'll see what we get, I guess. Hopefully something that we can actually grow in this season. Okay, the carrots are for fall and spring, the spinach is for winter, and the mushrooms are for fall and spring too. Okay, that's good to see. We had so many mushrooms up by the stream. It's good to know that they're actually going to grow. But yeah, what do we have over here? We have wild lemon trees. We have, let's see, wild cherry trees. It looks like these might not be growing. But we have a legitimate orchard right behind our lot. Well, let's tuck that into the back of our mind for later. Maybe when it starts to warm up a little bit. It actually looks like it might be warming up a little bit already, so that's a good sign. But yeah, let's go ahead and plant these carrots into the ground. I guess for now, we might as well just plop them right out in the front here. There doesn't really have to be a rhyme or a reason to it, as long as they're growing. So go ahead and plant your very first vegetables, and hopefully you'll have some homegrown carrots to munch on soon. Oh, I'm not sure if I mentioned that her aspiration is to become a freelance botanist. Technically, with the Rags to Riches challenge, I believe you're supposed to choose one of the money aspirations, so that's why I'm a bit leery to call this an actual Rags to Riches challenge. We're not going to be following every single one of the rules. But let's see, let's go ahead and place the mushrooms in here too, right next to our carrots. Oh, we actually have an extra little mushroom to plant in here. Excellent. And we can eat those too. So I guess we could always munch on the spinach for now, since we can't actually grow that until the winter time. And of course, once we have enough simoleons, we can build a little greenhouse on this lot too. That way, all of these different plants should be able to grow inside, no matter what season we're currently dealing with. I love how we have all of these little birds just kind of pecking around in the background too. Windenburg is absolutely gorgeous. Now that we have Brindleton Bay, I usually end up playing in that town, so I haven't really experienced Windenburg in quite some time. Looks like we have more bluebells over here. Yeah, lots and lots of bluebells around these parts. But she had some excellent luck fishing before, so I think we're going to have you get back to that too, so you can hopefully gain a little bit more money. Though she is going to start getting quite uncomfortable very soon. Oh, the poor thing, you have to go all the way around just to get to this one fishing spot. Maybe we should try one of the other ones? I'm not sure if we explored up this way either. I'm not sure if we checked if there's anything up by the waterfall up here. Oh, it looks like there might be some places to dig. And she is fishing level 2 now, so maybe that'll be enough to try out the other areas. Yeah, come up here and see what you can dig up in these little patches. Maybe you'll actually find a little spot of treasure. That would be excellent. Maybe enough simoleons to buy one of those bee boxes, or even Patchy. If she doesn't want to get to know the land grabs, then I'm sure Patchy would be more than willing to be her friend. Oh, really? She found a time capsule? I think those are usually worth more if we just sell them off right away, right? Yeah, 70 simoleons. I guess that's not that bad. The poor thing really has to use the bathroom, though. She found some limestone. What's that, a little raptor claw? Oh, that's so cool. Okay, go ahead and sell that off too, and then we better find you one of those bushes. Thank goodness we have one right next to our very own lot, so we can just go ahead and have her use that one. And then let's see what else we can purchase to help us out here. I'm guessing 172 simoleons is really not going to help us out too much, but we can try. So how much does the bee box cost? 265? And I know Patchy is way more expensive. Patchy the straw man. Oh, that is so cute. And you know, she might actually need a scarecrow, considering that we do have all of these birds just pecking around. But I don't think she even has enough for something to cook on. Yeah, these are all super, super expensive. So I think we're actually going to wait on that for a little while. She's going to have to rough it for her first night in Windenburg. And the poor thing has such a long way to travel. That's the only problem with foraging around for food like this, or just resources in general. It is going to take a very, very long time for her to wander back and forth. It looks like it's snowing again now too, now that the night is settling in. Oh my gosh, but this place is absolutely gorgeous. This is honestly one of my favorite types of weather. There's just something so soothing about watching the snowfall. I wish it was still snowing in real life too. So for now, I'll just have to live vicariously through my Sims. Yeah, she is getting a little bit hungry, so let's see if the spinach will help fill her up. Hopefully it'll give her just a little boost, something to tie her over. There we go, it helped a tiny bit. Much less than I was hoping for. Oh, did she just go to sleep in the bush? Oh, I think she actually did. She must have been a little bit too tired. Okay, well, now that you're feeling nice and fresh and invigorated after that wonderful nap, maybe you could come back over here and do some more fishing. Okay, so I've pretty much just left her to fish overnight, and now she is getting super, super hungry. Though the good news is she did manage to catch one of these apples, and quite a few little fish too, that we can definitely sell off. But I guess you might as well eat the apple. It looks like these only grow in the fall time, and that's far too long for us to wait for you to get your hands on some more. So go ahead and eat your apple. See how much of that fills you up. Well, that actually wasn't that bad. Maybe we want to focus on the fruit trees? Like, I really hope one of the trees in the back of your yard is going to be in season. Hopefully either the lemons or the cherries grow. But that should be enough to get her into the green. And then we should be safe to try to find some more treasures today, so we can finally buy something to cook your food on. She found another pufferfish too, and these actually sell for a good chunk of simoleons. So now we're up to 234. Now it's a brand new day, so there is the chance that things may have respawned around the world. Oh, all of the bluebells are able to be harvested now. Oh my goodness, wait a second, don't you dare go take a nap. Go try to harvest every single last one of these bluebells. We could sell some, but more importantly, we can plant a few in our garden. And I am so excited to start working with the flowers. That's another thing that I would really like her to focus on. If we can maybe get her one of those flower arranging stations, then she can get to work on that skill too. It'll give us some more simoleons, another source of cash, and I think it would be really fun to open our own little flower stand someday. So does that perhaps mean that those mushrooms will also be ready for us to harvest? If I can find them. I know they were super close to home. There we go. Yes! Oh, so we can eat these too? There's some mushrooms over here. Can we actually harvest our own mushrooms? Have these grown yet? Oh, thank goodness. It looks like our carrots might even be ready. Oh my gosh, those look adorable. Yes, and we can sell them all too. But I think I'm actually going to harvest everything for us to eat because I don't want her to starve in the process. But look at that big smile. She is feeling absolutely hideous, and yet she's still as happy as can be because she's just alone in the solitude of nature. Oh, and do I see some glistening lemon trees? Yes! Oh my gosh, we can harvest these too. You have hit the jackpot. Oh, this is the perfect way to end this episode. I was a little bit worried that we wouldn't have enough to actually sustain her right now. The poor thing is probably going to pass out after she picks all of these lemons, but at least she can grow her own little orchard inside her plot of land. So I think in the next episode, hopefully we can start selling all of these fruits and vegetables. Maybe we'll even have enough money to consider inviting some new wildlife. A little buddy for her to live with. I'm sure somebody is bound to be quite attracted to all of her vegetables after all. So we'll have to see what she ends up finding. So I hope you guys are looking forward to watching Sage's garden grow. We still have a lot of work to do, but it's only the beginning of spring, so we have plenty of time still. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!